a de l'électricité dans l'air. La promo de Fast and Furious 8 à Paris, ce sont deux stars très en retard, des entretiens qui se réduisent comme peau de chagrin et des journalistes survoltés.
Hello, Sophie.
Hi, Sophie. Nice to meet you. Hi.
Mais que ne ferait-on pas pour Charlize Theron? L'actrice incarne la première méchante de la saga et en fait voir de toutes les couleurs à Vin Diesel dans le rôle d'une cyberterroriste de génie, doublée d'une véritable psychopathe.
No one's ready for this.
She's the very definition of high-tech terrorism.
There's thousands of cars in this city, and now they're all mine.
Dear Charlize, she's really perfect, this character Cypher, for Fast and Furious, because she's fast and she's furious. So I wanted to know, how did you work on both sides of her?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like she's a psychopath. That's really what she is. And have you noticed how I cannot open this water bottle to save my life?
It's not working.
It's not working?
Not that much.
Oh my gosh. But I'm really fast and furious. I think that there was a psychology behind her viciousness and her machinations that we really wanted to explore through more of an intellectual side. You know, trying to make somebody really bad through their brain and how they kind of can manipulate and think versus kind of in this physical manner. And so that was interesting because I got to do a lot of that in Fury Road. I got to do a lot of that in a film that I did right before this called Atomic Blonde. And so this was nice. It was like a different way of kind of going about playing a psychopath.
Let me ask you something, Dom. What's the best thing in your life?
Family.
No, it's not. Not if you're being honest. It's the 10 seconds between start and finish when you're not thinking about anything. No family, no obligations, just you. Being free.
You're very good at playing psychopaths. I remember Ravenna in Snow White and the Huntsman.
Yeah.
Did you see some similarities between the two characters? Especially
Yeah, no,
in their nervousness and
They're definitely
edginess?
both psychopaths. Yeah, for sure. They function on a spectrum that's pretty scary. Yeah, right up there with the great serial killers of our time, for sure.
But why is that a pleasure for an actress to play this kind of character?
I think as a human, I'm quite fascinated by aberrant behavior. And so I've always kind of found myself reading a lot of books about people who have deviant behavior and do things that I can't even imagine doing. And I think a lot of people are scared of that stuff, and I find comfort in wanting to try and understand what the empathy is behind people doing really terrible things. And so for as long as I can remember, I've always read books on neurons and the function of the brain and the whole conversation, whether our behavior is nurtured or genetically modified within us and we're born that way. All of that stuff I'm fascinated by, and I think my job allows for me to go and explore them in a safe environment where, you know, I'm not gonna go to jail for my aberrant behavior.
Be who you are. Why live only a quarter mile at a time when you can live your whole life that way?
I'd like to have the opportunity with this interview to discover the fast side of Charlize Theron and the furious side of it.
Oh, good luck.
When were you the fastest to say yes to a character and a director, to say yes to a film?
I think I've had that a couple of times. I've been fortunate enough to have that a couple of times. I found out about Fury Road through somebody who snuck the, who let the cat out of the bag. And so I kind of, I really chased that one. I made sure that George Miller knew that I was very interested in that.
What was the furthest physical scene you ever had to shoot?
It was a 3-day stunt sequence in a film that's coming out end of July called Atomic Blonde, on a staircase, yes. And it was a continuous shot, so I had to be able to shoot, 20 seconds of action continuously without cutting. And by the end of it, that hurt.
And what was the furthest psychological scene you ever had to experiment?
There was some stuff in this that was very dark. I mean, the whole theory of free will and how we kind of, people can manipulate us to think that we have free will, but we sometimes don't, especially when things are being used against us in order to kind of have us be very vulnerable. And there was some stuff that I did towards the character of Dom that to me was really dark, really, really dark. Yeah.
Yeah, she even ready to kill a baby. So.
Yeah, she said it, not me. Yeah, I mean, I had my children in my trailer when I made this film, and there are things about a person who does things like that and walks away from it not really, that makes you wonder, you know?
London, Abu Dhabi, Cuba. Our paths have crossed before, Dom. You just didn't know it. I think I need to remind you why you chose to be here.
I got no choice.
As an actress, what are you very fast at?
I'm usually very fast with hair and makeup. I don't like a lot of time in hair and makeup. So I've worked with the same people for many, many years, and I don't like the mornings kind of starting off slow, sitting in a chair for 4 hours. So I'm very fast at that stuff, yeah.
And what can make you be furious?
I try not to be too furious too much. You know, I find that it's an emotion that is not very productive, you know, but I think it's a human emotion. There's definitely some stuff in the world happening right now in politics that have definitely sparked the furious side of me maybe a little bit, yeah. But I try to be a little bit more productive with all of that stuff.
Dear Charlize, I'd like you, if you're okay with it, to have the last word of this interview. So if you're okay with it, to write a word you like because of how it sounds, because of what it means.
I have no idea what the context is. Okay.
Oh,
so, there you go. Flower. There you go. Thank you so much. Thanks.